Hello, this is Mortgage Paul. I'm sitting down with Karen Curtis today. She's a professional real estate agent, been in the business many years, and so she has a wealth of expertise. And one of the things that she's really good at is staging. So I decided to interview her today to go over what staging is and how she uses that in her real estate business. So Karen, what exactly is staging?
Staging is actually preparing a home to show, and this way it gets the very best price and the fastest selling time for the seller. There are some steps that we can go through that a seller should actually do before he puts his home on the market.
So do you find that many people do the proper things to stage their home when you're looking at homes for potential buyers?
I would say probably 25% of the people will take time to help get their home prepared for the very first buyer, for the walkthrough customer. But most of the time people aren't aware of the small details that they can do to actually help.
Wow, that's 75% of the market that's not set right.
Right.
That's a huge chunk of the market that's not putting the best foot forward, I guess.
That's true. Yes, I started out selling in new construction and selling with model homes, so I was aware when I got in the open market of how sellers actually would not get their home ready to show properly. And so that's when I started Stage to Sell in 2002.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So can you give me some examples of staging?
Staging would basically, the very most important thing, of course, is to declutter the home, get rid of your personal items, so the buyer can imagine himself in that home, and some of the things that are important to you, like your sports memorabilia, things like that you like, actually just make your home more cluttered. So you want to get away from any personalizing your home so your buyer can actually picture themselves living in the home that you're trying to sell.
Oh, so you have to put a new set of glasses on
You do.
to view the house differently. I have a friend who's a big Seattle Seahawks fan, and he hates the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
So if he walked into a house that had 49er memorabilia, he probably would be turned off and walk out and not see the house for what it is.
Well, and that's true. And other people would just look at it as just stuff. And so you want to eliminate the stuff and make it clean. Cleaning is extremely important. And just make it to where it will actually show like a model home. And that's easier than most people think that it is.
Okay.
It's just a matter of the way we walk through the home with the client. We will make a list, let them know 3 different categories: what they should do, what they could do, and what would be nice to do for them, maybe to get a little bit of extra money.
So the whole idea of staging is for those people, when they walk on the front door, to be able to picture their life in this home and not see the other person's life in this home.
Yes, yes. And they can be comfortable rearranging their furniture and seeing them living in the home themselves.
That's a very interesting point of view. And it's almost like taking buyer's glasses and putting them on and forgetting that you've lived in that house for 10 years and you raised your 3 kids there, and that's where the dog barfed and that's where this happened. You see that because it's your home and you see all the flaws. You put on the goggles of a buyer, and most people can't do that. Maybe that's why they need you.
Yes, and that we give it that perspective. So we help to see it from an outsider's viewpoint, and that's where we kind of show them the different items that they need to do to make it more attractive for an outside person.
I can see how that would be very beneficial.
Yes.
So as a real estate agent, you bring your staging expertise to the transaction. Is that going to cost them more compared to a regular real estate agent who maybe doesn't have that expertise?
No, actually, this service comes free of charge with our listings. And we go through the home, we help them. Sometimes we can bring in accessories. Every once in a while, we'll maybe a piece of furniture here and there. And all of this is free of charge because we want to sell the home and get the very best price for the seller in the least amount of time. A home should really sell if presented properly. They should have an offer within the first 5 or 6 buyers walking through the home.
Wow, staging can do that for you.
Absolutely.
Wow, they can move your house really quickly. That would save people a lot of money in carrying cost.
Yeah, and make some money too in the long run because basically people want to walk into a nice, clean, sparkly house. And this is what we help prepare them to do.
There are parts of the market that don't need staging. How do you know if a house needs staging or not?
Well, I think every house needs to be prepared before you put it on the market. It just makes sense. It makes economical sense for the seller. It needs to be ready. I think 50% of selling a home is the preparation of getting it ready.
You had said, before we started this interview, you had said that people need to depersonalize their house. What exactly does that mean?
It means taking out maybe all the family photos on the walls. You know, again, you want to not have a lot of your personal knickknacks, little things that kind of clutter your home. You want to get it as free and clear as possible.
Okay.
That puts your branding, your family into that home.
So from what I'm getting here, staging is going to help the house sell faster so they can cut down their carrying cost. They don't have to, hopefully, lower their price. If it's priced right, they don't have to keep coming down in prices because people, the first 5 or 6 people who come through should put an offer in. Staging is also going to potentially get, and tell me if I'm wrong, multiple offers.
Absolutely. This can help make it a very desirable home that people want to live in. And as we talked about before, the model home concept of having it fresh and clean and ready for somebody else to move into.
In certain circumstances, once people clean up their houses, get their declutter out, they're still going to see some flaws or things that might need improvement. Do you have people who can help with that?
Yes, absolutely. We have subcontractors that we use. Like for instance, many times a home does need new carpeting. We have a fabulous carpeting contractor that comes to their home, gives them the best possible wholesale pricing. Also, we have painters, housekeepers, which is always nice to have somebody come in and help you clean your house. It relieves yourself from some stress. And also we have contractors that can do major repairs as well.
Is staging intimidating? Can it be intimidating for a person selling their home?
I don't think it can be intimidating as long as they have guidelines and we set out specific guidelines of what they can do. In fact, a lot of homeowners kind of find it fun that they can spruce up their house, and most of the time when they have a list, they can go through the list and it helps them to do it efficiently and actually very fast.
You had mentioned your website name, Stage to Sell and Stage to Stay. What do you mean by Stage to Stay?
Well, we also help people that want to stay in their home and fix it up. So we do the very same thing with homeowners that just want to give their home a little bit of a facelift. And we can do anything from furniture arranging all the way to a total remodel.
So the whole idea of staging is for those people when they walk on the front door to be able to picture their life in this home and not see the other person's life in this home.
Yes, yes. And they can be comfortable rearranging their furniture and seeing them living in the home themselves.
That's a very interesting point of view. And it's almost like taking buyer's glasses and putting them on and forgetting that you've lived in that house for 10 years and you raised your 3 kids there and that's where the dog barfed and that's where this happened. You see that because it's your home and you see all the flaws. You put on the goggles of a buyer and most people can't do that. Maybe that's why they need you.
Yes, and that we give it that perspective. So we help to see it from an outsider's viewpoint, and that's where we kind of show them the different items that they need to do to make it more attractive for an outside person.
I can see how that would be very beneficial.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, how can someone get a hold of you if they wanted to think about buying or selling property, or even just the staging side of things?
I have a website, Karen Curtis Real Estate, or Stage to Sell, stagetostay.com. My phone number is 435-729-9192.
Great, thank you.
Well, Karen, thank you for meeting today. I really appreciate it. This is Mortgage Paul sitting down with Karen Curtis and going over staging ideas and how that can help you in selling your property.